Hello, God bless you. My name is Pastor Lawrence. One more time, I'm here speaking shortly about the contribution of family generational errors and patterns in our family. Family generational errors in our partner in our families. You see, I want to you to understand first of all, how does the family be entangled into some errors? Simple. Chapter number 5, verses number 7, the book of Lamentation, the Bible says, "Our fathers sinned and they are no more, yet we bear their iniquities and their punishment." Now listen to this. In the book of Judges, chapter number 6, the Bible says the children of Israel did evil in the eyes of the Lord, and they were handed over into the Midianites, who are their oppressors. And the Bible says they oppressed them. Do you know, in many of the circumstances and the lives that we live today, and the dramatic life that we have had, very challenging life, very hard life most of the time, is as a result that maybe at one time or the other, we have been handed over to the evil ones, into the Midianites, for harassment and persecution and the frustration. But the Bible says, and in the process of time, the children of Israel, one of the things that I love the Bible talks about is that the children of Israel cried out unto the Lord. He had a prayer for them, and they sent a prophet in their life. And you know, most of the time, when there's a biological sources issues that are happening, that they mess up and the ancestors mess up. Because if you read the Bible very well, it says, if you read again in the translation of the Amplified Bible, it says the ancestors are the men who are making the foundations of every family, who are the bedrocks of every family. These are the people that who are invisible, but they are carrying the strength and the power of the family. Some of them, they are determining the weight and the far the family can be able to grow. But the Lord has given us the grace that when we have the understanding. But listen to this. The Bible says in chapter number 6, in the verses number 23, when the Gideon had that encounter with the prophet of God, the Bible says, and the Gideon built an altar and called upon the name of the Lord, and they called that place the altar of peace, shalom. That's where we get the word shalom. So the altar of shalom was to be kept there by Gideon, so that it can be able to give the children of Israel an opportunity to have peace, because many of their lives they have never had peace. And the Bible says he went on and he went to bring down the altars of his fathers to allow the peace of God, so that they can be able to contribute. How do you find the contribution and what happened and triggers these generational errors? One is by the evil foundational covenant. Evil foundational covenant, it is when now the bedrocks of the family, the ancestors of the family, the elders of the family, by the time we were born, some of us, when we come from different families and backgrounds, they determine about even our naming, they determine the ceremony that are done in that particular place, and it has really humbled and make our life become very difficult. But now I want to pray that the Lord will give you the grace. And then also is an inherited evil covenant. I mean that your father, you know, when the Bible says, you read the Lamentation 5:7, it says that we serve their punishment. You know, some covenants that are inherited, we never knew about their existence, but we never know about it, but it's really working on our lives so harshly until people are improvised. The Bible says the children of Israel, they were really improvised. They became so hard on them. And it's on to say that they cried out to God. There's also those what you call the first covenants by dreams. And sometimes you find you are in a dream land, involved in activities of a particular family group. You're the family members you see around your dream life, and then when you see those family members, you are participating, eating, talking, and even doing some activities. You know, sometimes you don't decide what to dream about. That is one of the greatest areas of the covenant. When it happened like that, you need to rise up when you're waking up in the morning, and you have a remembrance of that dream. Engage in warfare, fight on those dreams, and the Lord will give you the grace so that you can be able to come. There is conscious errors that we make. Sometimes we are under duress, like the children of Israel in chapter number 9 of the book of Joshua. When they were angry, they entered a covenant with the Gibeonites, in the sense that they thought it was a temporary reprieve of their problem, but it entered them in a very wrong covenant that came to persecute them. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with this series of correcting family generational errors that has affected our life. Shalom. God bless you. My name is Pastor Lawrence, King's Covenant Cathedral, Nakuru, Kenya. Thank you.